That was the prelude to the piece La Catedral by Agustin Barrios, the great Paraguayan composer. I have just finished being part of the Maundy Thursday evening service of St Gabriel's, led by Father Mark from his home. And it's one of those emptying experiences. Mark managed to do most of the aspects of the liturgy that we normally do in that service, the washing of the feet, the stripping of the altars, and the transposition of the Blessed Sacrament into the garden of repose. It is indeed the evacuation from the sacred space and into the garden, the place of desolation, of loneliness, of isolation, where Jesus is to be arrested and taken away. I played the piece of music tonight, not least because it's an absolutely beautiful, haunting piece of music, particularly when played properly. But it's part of a suite depicting the cathedral, which had a great impact on Agustin Barrios, and the prelude, which actually was the last part of the suite that was written, contains within it that lament, that grieving, that melancholic nature of someone who has experienced or is about to experience loss. There are suggestions that he wrote this after having lost his longtime partner. But for me also the evocative nature of the music in the context of our cathedrals and churches being empty, evacuated, only further enhances that sense of loss and of grieving that we're experiencing at this point in our country and in our world. It's a curious kind of Holy Week. I've described it as the strangest of Holy Weeks, and that is certainly true, but going through it in the context of this pandemic also somehow brings us closer, if that is possible, to the Passion of Christ and his journey to the cross, which took him to places of desolation, of loneliness, of pain, of sorrow and of suffering. And as we travel that way, I pray that we will also be able to journey all the way through to the hope of the resurrection, which awaits us this coming Sunday.